It's Disneyland's incredible 70th anniversary, and what better way to honor this magical milestone than with 70 hidden secrets and fascinating facts about the happiest place on Earth. From mysterious doors and exclusive VIP spots to touching tributes to Walt Disney himself, these fun facts will make you see Disneyland like never before. Stay tuned until the end, because we've saved a heartwarming secret that perfectly captures the spirit of Walt's dreams. 70 is more facts that I have done in the past, so let's get started. At number 1, we have Club 33. Have you heard of Club 33? It's this super exclusive, members-only restaurant hidden in plain sight. If you ever manage to get in, and trust me, it's not easy, you'll get to dine in a vintage, elegant space with a rich history. The membership is ridiculously expensive, but it's a place where Walt Disney himself used to hang out. There's a secret door you wouldn't notice unless you know where to look. Number 2, Hidden Mickeys. Hidden Mickeys are literally everywhere in Disneyland. There are over 1,000 throughout the park, from simple shapes in the decorations to more elaborate designs in ride structures. They're the ultimate Easter egg for Disney fans, and finding one feels like you've just uncovered a little piece of magic. So next time you're waiting in line, start looking around. You might just spot a Mickey hiding in plain sight. Number 3, the mouse on the Matterhorn. If you're ever riding the Matterhorn, pay close attention when you're zooming through the ice cave. There's a tiny hidden mouse face carved into the rock. It's one of those fun little details that most people miss unless they know to look for it. Talk about a hidden gem in a ride that's already packed with thrills. Number 4, Old Disneyland Map. Want to see Disneyland as it looked back in 1955? Head to one of the shops on Main Street and you might just find a replica of the park's original map. It's wild to compare it to today's map because some areas have completely transformed and others have stayed the same. It's like stepping back in time for a sneak peek into the park's early days. Number 5, the secret of the Little Red Wagon. The Little Red Wagon cart on Main Street is famous for its delicious corn dogs. But what many don't realize is that this cart has been around since Disneyland opened. It's a fun historical spot that continues to serve delicious snacks and adds to the charm of the park. Number 6, the Tiki Room's secret birds. If you're a fan of the Enchanted Tiki Room, you probably noticed the delightful talking birds. But did you know that one of them, a bird named Tiki, is a secret character that only appears through sound? Keep your ears open during the show and you might hear a mysterious bird chirping away in the background. It's a quirky Easter egg that adds an extra layer of fun to the experience. Number 7, the old bench in the hub. Okay, here's a fun secret for you. There's a bench in the hub that used to be Walt Disney's favorite spot to sit and relax. It's the perfect place to sit and take in the park, and it's tucked away so that you can sit in his footsteps. Next time you're in the heart of Disneyland, look for the bench and channel your inner Walt while you take a break. Number 8, Walt's window. You know the windows on Main Street that have special plaques with people's names? One of them is dedicated to Walt Disney's first office at Disneyland. You'll find it right above the firehouse. The plaque is a subtle nod to the man who made all of this magic happen. Walt's office is still part of the park's legacy. Number 9, Peter Pan's shadow. In Peter Pan's flight, there's a little hidden detail that most people miss. Peter Pan's shadow isn't in the same spot every time you ride. Sometimes it's on a different wall, making it a fun surprise each time. It's like the ride's own little game, making you feel like you've discovered something new on every visit. Number 10, Davy Crockett's Canoes. You may not know this, but the Davy Crockett's Canoes attraction was actually a secret training ground for cast members learning how to row guests to get to paddle around the rivers of Disneyland, but it was also a great way for new staff to get their bearings. Let's move on to number 11, the secret of the Golden Horseshoe Saloon. The Golden Horseshoe Saloon has been a classic part of Disneyland since the park opened, but did you know that it was originally designed as a live theater? The saloon was intended to host performances from actors like Wally Bove, who became a Disney legend. Today, it still has its original charm and provides guests with a glimpse into Disneyland's past. Prairie 12, Sleeping Beauty's Castle. There's a little secret hidden in Sleeping Beauty's castle that most people don't know about. The windows have never been cleaned. The grime gives the castle a more mysterious, old-fashioned glow, like it's been there for ages. It's one of those tiny details that helps make Disneyland feel so magical and timeless, even if it's not exactly spotless. Number 13, the Haunted Mansion was meant to be a walkthrough attraction. When the Haunted Mansion was first conceived, it was intended to be a spooky walkthrough experience experience. Imagineers planned for guests to explore the mansion on foot, discovering eerie rooms and interacting with ghostly effects. However, concerns about crowd flow and guest fatigue led to the creation of the now iconic Doom buggy ride system. The Omnimover technology not only solved these issues, but also allowed Imagineers to control the storytelling pace, making the Haunted Mansion a timeless classic. Number 14, Alice in Wonderland ride. Fact, the giant caterpillar's hidden connection. As you pass through the "Who Are You?" scene, look for the giant caterpillar figure. It's a charming nod to the film, but it's also notable because it's built from the same mold used for the caterpillar character in the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride attraction. This shared design element is a fun Easter egg for Disney fans, linking the two Fantasyland rides. Number 15, Walt's favorite ride, the Disneyland Railroad. Walt Disney's favorite ride wasn't a thrill ride, it was the Disneyland Railroad. His passion for trains inspired the entire park, and he loved riding the steam engines around Disneyland. Walt would sometimes hop on the caboose to relax and enjoy the scenery. The train was more than just a ride. It symbolized his vision of blending nostalgia with adventure and discovery. If you take a trip on the train, you're experiencing a little piece of Walt's dream. Number 16, Walt's voice. If you're paying attention, you can hear Walt Disney's voice in some unexpected places at Disneyland. He recorded a few lines that still get played. It's a lovely, almost haunting reminder that the spirit of Walt is still very much alive in the park he built. Number 17, Gaston's Tavern reference. Even though Gaston isn't officially part of Disneyland, there's a sneaky reference to him in the park. In Fantasyland, you'll find a shop with a nod to Beauty and the Beast. Look closely and you'll spot some little Easter eggs from Gaston's world. It's a fun way to see Disney's characters from a new perspective while you explore the park. Number 18, the jail cell. Here's something you might not know about Disneyland. There's actually a hidden jail cell in Frontierland. It's there to detain guests who might be misbehaving, though don't worry, it's all in fun. You can usually spot it when you're exploring the area, and it's one of those quirky, forgotten spots in Disneyland that make it feel even more charming. Number 19, Rivers of America boat. The boat ride along the Rivers of America used to be a real treat with some very special details on board. There are hidden decorations and original features that hark back to when the attraction first opened. Take a ride on the river and you'll feel like you've stepped into another time period. Disneyland's history is floating by. Number 20, Pirates of the Caribbean Secret Door. Pirates of the Caribbean is full of amazing details. But did you know there's a secret door in the ride that many people miss? This door leads to an area that was used for various purposes, but over time, it's become part of the attraction's mystery. It's one of those little elements that adds to the park's ever-present sense of adventure. Number 21, the Matterhorn's Lost Donald Duck. The hidden Mickey on the Matterhorn is a well-known secret. Few people know about Donald Duck's connection to the ride. Early concept art showed Donald attempting to snowboard down the mountain, adding a touch of humor to the thrilling design. Though the idea didn't make it into the final attraction, it reflects the playful spirit that defines Disney's creations. Number 22, the mystery of the Disneyland Monorail. Did you know that the monorail once had a secret route that no one knows about anymore? There used to be a stretch that went behind Tomorrowland, and it was used to transport people who needed to avoid the crowds. Now, it's just a fun ride, but it's fun to think about how it used to sneak around the park on its own little hidden path. Number 23, the flowers of Main Street. If you walk down Main Street and look at the flowers sit along the sides, you'll see that they're not just pretty. They've been designed to represent different seasons. It's one of those beautiful details that ties the park together. And while it might seem like just an ordinary street, those flowers are a reminder of how thoughtfully every corner of Disneyland is designed. Number 24, the Haunted Mansion's Pet Cemetery. If you're a fan of the Haunted Mansion, there's a little extra spooky surprise waiting for you. Right outside the mansion, there's a hidden pet cemetery where some of the spookiest characters are buried. It's one of those hidden spots you can only notice if you're really paying attention. Next time you're waiting for the ride, take a peek. You might just catch a ghostly tombstone or two. Number 25, the Enchanted Tiki Room's secret menu. You might think the Enchanted Tiki Room is just about the birds singing and the flowers blooming, but there's actually a secret menu that not everyone knows about. Ask for a Dole Whip. my son's favorite Disneyland treat. And you might get a special version of it that isn't advertised. It's a delicious little perk for those in the know. Number 26, the lost key to the castle. In Disneyland, there's a story about a mysterious lost key that is said to open the gates to Sleeping Beauty's castle. The key was once used to unlock a hidden treasure chest that contained magical secrets. Now, the key is gone, but the legend persists. Some say that if you find the key, you might unlock something incredible, maybe even the entrance to a secret Disneyland realm. Number 27, the secret of the Star Wars bathroom. Yes, you read that right. In Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, there's a restroom that is cleverly designed to make you feel like you're stepping into another world. The little details in the bathroom, like the futuristic sinks and pipes, are all part of the immersive Star Wars experience. It's not just a bathroom, it's a secret piece of the park's magic waiting to be discovered. Number 28, the legacy of the Mickey's Toontown sound effects. In Mickey's Toontown, you can hear quirky sounds that are actually references to classic Disney cartoons. From the squeaky doors to the honking cars, everything in the area is designed to bring back the silly, chaotic charm of the cartoons. It's a fun and subtle way to pay tribute to Disney's animation history while you're exploring the area. Number 29, the Jungle Cruise's hidden gags. The Jungle Cruise is full of fun and jokes, but did you know that some of the best ones are hidden in plain sight? You can spot hidden details like gags carved into the trees or witty signs along the way. The skippers often throw in extra punchlines that make the ride even more entertaining, so keep your eyes and ears open for those moments of hidden comedy. Number 30, the secret suite above the Pirates of the Caribbean. While the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is iconic, there's a secret suite above it where special guests used to stay. Walt Disney himself used to host VIPs in this hidden space. The history of the suite is still a secret part of Disneyland that many people don't know about. Imagine staying right above the pirates. How cool would that be? Number 31, the Snow White Scary Adventures secret window. On Snow White's Scary Adventures, there's a secret window where you can spot a reflection of the evil queen. It's fun to look for because it's so unexpected and not everyone knows about it. Look up. Number 32, the hidden music in New Orleans Square. New Orleans Square is one of the most immersive areas in Disneyland, and if you pay attention, you'll notice something cool. Hidden music in the background. There are jazz bands and blues tunes softly playing, blending in perfectly with the atmosphere. It's subtle, but it adds so much to the charm of this area, making you feel like you've truly stepped into the heart of the French Quarter. Number 33, the secret Disneyland parade route. Most people know about the parades that pass by in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle. But did you know there's a secret parade route behind the scenes? It's where all the floats and characters gather before they go on stage. While you can't actually watch it, knowing that there's a whole behind-the-scenes world adds a fun layer to the parade experience. Number 34, Fantasmic uses real fire on the rivers of America. One of the most thrilling effects in Fantasmic is the moment when fire erupts across the rivers of America. During the climactic battle between Mickey and Maleficent, flames shoot out over the water, creating a jaw-dropping spectacle. What's incredible is that this fire effect is created using liquid propane, which burns cleanly and safely on the water's surface. The reflection of the flames on the river makes it look even more intense, adding to the drama of this unforgettable show. It's a fiery finale that leaves everyone in awe. Number 35, the secret of the Disneyland fireworks. There's a secret spot to watch Disneyland's fireworks that most people don't know about. The top of the Disneyland Railroad Station. It's a quiet place where you can get a fantastic view of the fireworks without the usual crowd. It's the perfect hidden spot for those who want a peaceful yet spectacular fireworks experience. That is halfway to 70 fun facts for the 70th anniversary. Have you learned something new about Disneyland? There are still 35 more fun facts. I invite you to share your favorite tidbit of Disney history in the comments below. This is also a good time to throw in, if you are enjoying this video, smash that subscribe and notification for future videos. Number 36, the Haunted Mansion's Bride. There's a bride in the Haunted Mansion, often referred to as the Black Widow Bride. that many guests overlook. She just got a makeover, so is new and improved. She's hidden in the attic scene of the ride, and her appearance is part of the eerie backstory of the mansion. She's a spooky yet fascinating character. Number 37, The Secret of the Indiana Jones Props. Indiana Jones Adventure is a thrilling ride, but it also holds some hidden props from the Indiana Jones movies. If you keep an eye out, you might spot some familiar items like the idol or relics that tie into the films. These little nods to the movie franchise add extra depth and adventure to the ride. Number 38, The Sleeping Beauty Castle Walkthrough Secret. Did you know you can actually walk through Sleeping Beauty's castle and explore a hidden magical walkthrough? It's not widely advertised, but it's one of the coolest ways to experience the castle from the inside. You'll find beautiful stained glass windows and a story that follows the life of Sleeping Beauty. It's like stepping into a fairy tale. Number 39, Getting the Point Pun. Since the Jungle Cruise first opened, the scene with the rhino poking at a group of explorers stuck on a tall wooden pole has been a fan favorite. The skipper usually delivers the classic joke, he's just trying to get the point across, playing on the rhino's horn as it prods the people in a humorous way. This clever wordplay has been delighting guests for decades, making it one of the most iconic gags on the ride. Every time you pass by, it's a reminder of the classic humor that's been part of the Jungle Cruise experience since day one. Number 40, the hidden prop in the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln show. When you watch Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, keep an eye on the props around the show. There's one special item that references the history of Disneyland, and only the most observant visitors notice it. It's a cool little detail that ties the park's history to its present in an unexpected way. Number 41, The Secret of the Disneyland Windows. Throughout Disneyland, there are windows above various shops and buildings that honor Disney legends and Imagineers. These windows are part of the park's Windows on Main Street tribute, where real names are replaced with fictional titles that symbolize the contributions of these influential people. If you look closely, you'll find names like Elias Disney, Walt's father, and Raleigh Crump, a key Imagineer, paying homage to those who helped build Disneyland's magic. It's a fun and meaningful way that Disney honors its own history right under visitors' noses. Number 42, The Secret of the Disneyland Cats. Disneyland has a number of stray cats that live in the park. These cats help control the rodent population, but they're also a part of Disneyland's hidden charm. Cast members know about the cats, but visitors usually don't spot them. They're often seen at night or in quiet areas of the park, providing a fun, secretive addition to the Disneyland experience. Number 43, The Secret Star Wars R2-D2 in Galaxy's Edge. R2-D2 is a fan favorite Star Wars character, and in Galaxy's Edge, you can find a hidden version of him in a secret spot. He's not on display in the usual areas, so it takes a keen eye to spot him. It's one of those little Easter eggs that Star Wars fans will especially love, and it makes the whole area feel more alive with unexpected surprises. Number 44, The Song That Never Ends. The song It's a Small World may seem simple, but it was actually crafted to be incredibly catchy and repetitive on purpose. Designed to play over and over during the boat ride, it's meant to stick in your head long after you've left the ride. And it does. In fact, the song's persistent melody became so iconic that it's often joked about as one of the most earworm-inducing tunes in theme park history, with guests humming it all day long. Number 45, The Hidden Picture in Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. In Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, there's a hidden picture that many don't spot on their first or even second time through. It's a small framed image tucked away, but if you catch it, it's a sweet nod to the original book and animation that inspired the ride. It's one of those delightful details that reminds you of Disneyland's history and its love for storytelling. Number 46, The Hidden Mickey on Space Mountain. Space Mountain is one of Disneyland's most thrilling rides, but did you know there's a hidden Mickey inside it? When you're soaring through the dark space, look carefully for a Mickey silhouette in the stars. It's such a subtle detail that it's easy to miss, but finding it makes the ride feel even more magical. Number 47. At Disneyland, the stretching room in the Haunted Mansion is more than just an illusion. It's actually a giant elevator. This clever design was created to transport guests underground and past the Disneyland Railroad while keeping the spooky story intact. On the other hand, at Disney World, the stretching room doesn't move at all, and instead the ceiling rises to create the same eerie effect. So next time you're in Disneyland, remember, you're actually descending into the depths of the mansion. It's a fun bit of behind-the-scenes magic to share with friends. Number 48, the secret on the Storybook Land Canal boats. When you're cruising through the Storybook Land Canal boats, keep an eye out for the tiny house where Geppetto lives in Pinocchio. It's full of charming details like little clocks and trinkets that make it seem like Geppetto could step right out of the door. It's a delightful part of the ride that many miss unless they're really paying attention to the intricacy of each miniature home. Number 49, Club 33's hidden connection to Walt. Club 33 wasn't just a secret VIP lounge. It was a space deeply tied to Walt Disney's vision for Disneyland. He designed it as an elegant retreat for hosting dignitaries and special guests. The early plans included ornate decor inspired by Walt's travels, as well as a private phone booth, a luxury at the time. Walt wanted Club 33 to feel like a hidden sanctuary within the park reserved for those who helped bring his dreams to life. While Walt passed away before seeing it completed, his influence is visible in every corner of the exclusive space. Even today, the club remains one of Disneyland's most mysterious and coveted experiences. Number 50, the story behind the Partners statue. You know the iconic Partners statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, right? But did you know there's a secret meaning behind the positioning of the statue? Walt is holding Mickey's hand, looking out toward the future, which symbolizes his vision for the park. But there's also a little surprise. Mickey's hand is placed in a way that's meant to remind us that Walt is guiding us, just like Mickey guided him through his creative journey. It's one of those beautiful, thoughtful details that makes the park feel even more magical. Number 51, the secret of the Disneyland trash cans. Believe it or not, the trash cans in Disneyland are part of the park's magical experience. The unique design of each trash can is intentional. They're created to fit in with the theming of the area they're located in, and the handles are specifically positioned so that cast members can quickly remove them. It's an example of how Disneyland thinks about even the smallest details to make everything feel seamless. Number 52. The hidden gold in Sleeping Beauty Castle. If you look closely at Sleeping Beauty Castle, you might notice that it sparkles a little more than you'd expect. That's because the gold accents around the castle are actually real gold leaf. The shimmering detail gives the castle its fairy tale charm, and it's just one of the many ways Disneyland ensures the magic is in every corner. Number 53, the secret of the Disneyland time capsule. Disney created a time capsule to be opened on the park's 100th anniversary. While no one knows exactly where it's located, rumors say it's somewhere in the heart of Disneyland, and it contains some magical artifacts and personal notes from the park's past. Imagine the cool things inside. It's like a secret treasure waiting for future generations to discover. Number 54, the Tiki Room pre-show was a later addition with hidden humor when the Enchanted Tiki Room opened in 1963. The pre-show didn't exist. It was just a simple waiting area. The talking tiki gods like Tangaroa and Maui were added later to enhance the storytelling and entertain guests while they waited. Tangaroa, the father of all gods and goddesses, even has tiny tiki babies that drop from his branches. The humorous banter and clever legends shared by the tiki gods perfectly set the stage for the magic inside. It's a fun reminder of Disney's dedication to constantly improving guest experiences. Number 55, the first ever ride featuring Mickey Mouse. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is the first ever ride to feature Mickey Mouse as the star. While Mickey has appeared in various parades, shows, and attractions, this is the first time he's headlined his own ride at any Disney park. It's a huge milestone, marking Mickey's 90th anniversary of being a Disney character and giving fans the chance to see him up close in a whole new way. Number 56, the Haunted Mansion's changing portraits. The Haunted Mansion is famous for its eerie portraits, but did you know they change as you ride? Some of the faces in the portraits slowly change as you move through the mansion. It's a subtle, spooky detail that adds to the overall atmosphere of the ride and keeps you on your toes as you venture deeper into the mansion's mystery. Number 57, the dog with the key's name is Poochie. In the iconic jail scene of Pirates of the Caribbean, there's a dog holding the key to the jail cell, with pirates desperately trying to coax him into giving it up. The dog's name is actually Poochie, and he has become one of the most beloved characters in the ride. Poochie was one of the first animatronic dogs to be created at Disneyland, and his playful behavior has made him a fan favorite. Visitors often hear the pirates calling out to him, but Poochie remains loyal and does not give up the key, keeping guests amused with his nonchalant attitude and the humorous situation. Number 58, Toontown, was inspired by Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Mickey's Toontown opened in 1993, but its roots can be traced back to the 1988 film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The success of the movie sparked the idea of creating a fully immersive cartoon world where guests could step into the zany environment of Mickey, Minnie, and Roger Rabbit himself. Toontown was designed to look like a lively, over-the-top cartoon brought to life with wacky architecture, interactive gags, and plenty of humor around every corner. It was also the first Disneyland land dedicated entirely to Mickey and friends, giving the iconic characters their very own neighborhood. Number 59, the secret of the Disneyland ride's wait times. Here's a little secret to make your day at Disneyland smoother. The wait times you see posted on the app are often slightly exaggerated. They're designed to encourage you to explore the park, so you might actually wait less time than it says. It's a clever strategy to spread out the crowds, and a fun fact that makes the park experience just a little bit more magical. Number 60, Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Imagineers used real ocean research as inspiration when designing the underwater scenes. Disney Imagineers studied real oceanic environments and marine life to make the lagoon and its visuals feel authentic. From coral reefs to kelp forests, the vibrant scenery reflects a mix of real-world inspiration and Pixar's signature storytelling. This attention to detail ensures that while guests are searching for Nemo, they're also enjoying a beautifully crafted underwater world that feels surprisingly real. Number 61, Before Big Thunder Mountain, the Rainbow Ridge Pack Mules. Before Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was built in Frontierland, the area was home to the Rainbow Ridge Pack Mules. Guests could ride live mules through the scenic Rainbow Caverns and along trails designed to look like the Old West. While the mule rides were unique and charming, they were eventually replaced due to practical challenges, such as the unpredictable behavior of the animals. Big Thunder Mountain now incorporates elements of the Rainbow Ridge town, preserving a bit of its history. Number 62, the hitchhiking ghosts have a dark backstory. The hitchhiking ghosts, mysterious but with an eerie backstory, these three mischievous spirits are said to have been trapped in the haunted mansion after meeting a tragic end. Each ghost, Phineas, Ezra, and Gus, had their own sinister fate. Phineas was a jilted lover, Ezra a murderer, and Gus a jailbird. Their hitchhiking is part of their quest to find a new soul to join them, and they follow guests in hopes of finding their next victim. This backstory adds an extra layer of spookiness to the ride as the playful spirits work their magic to try and sneak a ride home with you. Number 63, the Dominguez tree in Disneyland's Adventureland is a historic live oak tree that has been preserved since the park's construction. It is over 100 years old and stands as one of the park's enduring natural landmarks. The tree was named after Don Jose Dominguez, a Spanish landowner in the area who owned a large portion of land in the early 19th century. During Disneyland's construction, Walt Disney and his team made the decision to preserve the tree, incorporating it into the park's design. It's a beautiful example of the park's respect for nature and history, and today it stands as a living connection to the land's past. Number 64, The Broken Spike Room. On the Indiana Jones adventure Temple of the Forbidden IQ, there's a thrilling moment where you walk through a room with spiked walls that seem to be closing in. Stepping on a specific tile triggers loud creaking and rumbling sounds, making it feel like you narrowly avoided disaster. Here's the secret. It's all an illusion. The room was designed to make guests feel like they're activating a trap, but the spikes never actually move. It's a masterful use of sound and lighting to to amp up the excitement without any real danger. Number 65, the Morse code at New Orleans Square Station tells Disneyland history. When you visit the New Orleans Square Station on the Disneyland Railroad, take a moment to listen closely. You'll hear a Morse code message tapping away. It's not just any random sequence. It's the opening lines of Walt Disney's dedication speech from Disneyland's opening day on July 17th, 1955. To all who come to the Happy Place, welcome. This clever Easter egg is a tribute to Walt's legacy and a subtle nod to the park's history. Number 66, the hidden ghost in Pirates of the Caribbean. While most of the attention is on the pirates themselves, there's actually a hidden ghost in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. If you're paying close attention during one of the boat's more still moments, you might spot a shadowy figure gliding along in the background. It's a subtle but fun Easter egg for the more observant visitors who love the spooky side of Disneyland. Number 67, Mickey Mouse and the Hidden Steamboat Willie tribute. Mickey Mouse fans might notice a subtle nod to his origins on Mickey's Toontown rides, like Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Look closely at the design elements, and you'll find small tributes to Mickey's first cartoon, Steamboat Willie. From steering wheels to smokestacks, these details are scattered throughout, paying homage to the mouse that started it all. Mickey is not only a beloved character, but a cornerstone of Disney history woven into many attractions. We are already to number 68. The teacup speeds are all different. Did you know that not all teacups on the Mad Tea Party spin at the same speed? If you're a thrill seeker looking for the wildest ride, aim for the purple teacup with diamonds. It's known to spin the fastest. For a more relaxed experience, try one of the teacups closer to the edges of the ride. This quirky detail adds an extra layer of fun as you can decide just how dizzy you want to get. Number 69, Rise of the Resistance. The transport ship is actually a moving simulator. When you board the Resistance transport ship at the start of Rise of the Resistance, you might not realize it's more than just a pre-show. It's a fully functional moving simulator. While it feels like you're flying through space, the transport subtly rocks, tilts, and vibrates to simulate movement, creating the illusion of escaping a first-order Star Destroyer. The windows showing space battles are high-resolution screens, and the door you entered through cleverly becomes the exit at your destination. This seamless transition makes it feel like you've been transported to a whole new part of the galaxy. Number 70, the magic of the Walt's apartment light. Did you know that Walt Disney's apartment above the Main Street firehouse has a light that stays on in his memory? The light has been on since the day Walt passed away in 1966 and remains a tribute to him. The lamp is often seen glowing in the window, symbolizing Walt's continued presence in the park. This sentimental piece of Disneyland lore reminds visitors of the park's founder and the magic he created. And there you have it, Disneyland's most fascinating secrets revealed. Did we uncover a new surprise for you, or do you have a favorite hidden gem we didn't mention? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on more magical Disney tips. For now, keep dreaming, and we'll see you in the next adventure.